Working as a nurse back in surgery, I took a lot of call, which was extra hours, so it was nothing for me to work 60, sometimes 70-hour work weeks. So I kept giving that as an excuse for my fatigue. But then when I started noticing that my legs didn't want to hold me up through surgeries and I needed a stool, or a stool pulled up to the stove when I was cooking a meal for my family, that became inherently apparent that something major was going on. The muscle spasms and pain that was associated with my MS at the time, by the time all of this was collected and I would make an appointment to get into the physician's office, they would all be gone. They would just subside, and they would look at me like, why are you here? And make me feel a little paranoid for overthinking all of this. But one of the things that I guess prolonged my diagnosis was that most people with multiple sclerosis end up having lesions on the brain. Mine are in my neck and down my spinal cord. It wasn't until 5 or 6 years after my diagnosis did I ever have the first lesion on my brain, and now I still only have 2. Most of mine again are down, and they went down instead of up. And that's why I said my physician had said that it was a very difficult place to treat, because when it starts in your neck or goes down your spinal cord first, you're going to have more crazy symptoms like bowel problems or urinary incontinence or pain in areas that are really not associated with MS. But I found it really funny that my physician was able to even take my MRI and say, where your lesions are located, this is where your pain is located. So I had enough sense about me to find a pain specialist, not an internal medicine doctor or my primary care, to try to get all the muscle spasms and pain under control before I even got my diagnosis. So my MS doctor had to do was come in and say, okay, we need to find a disease-modifying drug for you. And he did. And I did not respond favorably to it. Within 2 years of diagnosis, I ended up in a wheelchair. Shortly after I went into a wheelchair, my physician had changed my medications again, and I still was not responding. And finally he said, there's really nothing else we can do. You're so far advanced that we're pretty much at a standstill. But luckily a clinical study came in, and I started it and responded favorably, and now this medicine is FDA approved, and I'm out of a wheelchair and walking 4 to 5 miles a day now.